Just talk to me a bit about what exactly this means, really, because is it pie in the sky, or is it actually going to happen?
Well, it's really interesting technology. We know that it works. Fusion is the thing that powers the sun and the stars, right? We can see it, it's there. What we're trying to do is make it on a commercial scale. So we managed to get power into the grid through fusion in Oxfordshire not too long ago, a few months ago. If we can scale it up to something that we can replicate, a power plant that works, we can replicate, sell it around the world. We could export energy around the world. It's a source of limitless clean energy if we can do it, which is, it's a game changer for net zero and all of those. And doing that in a way that meets with the government's growth target, right? This is massive infrastructure investment. This comes with jobs and skills, infrastructure, huge billions of pounds investment in North Nottinghamshire. So a game changer for our economy too. And
can I ask, was this almost like a British invention? Nuclear fusion or not? I mean, I get that. Is that a big question? Is that a stupid question? Forgive me, I'm a bit of a dunce.
I can't go that too far on it, but I know most recently, as I say, we managed to make that theoretical, this is what the sun does, into actually being able to power electrical equipment in Oxfordshire very recently. So we are world leading in this technology. There's not really a sector in the UK because it's very new, but the joy is, from that perspective, that it's all inward investment because it's around the world in research and nuclear innovation. That's all sorts of investment from all over the world coming here to the UK.
Right, does it keep the eco-mob happy?
It should do, but it should do it in a way that doesn't make us all poor.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. OK, so we won't end up sleeping on beds of moss in caves wearing loincloths?
No, we should end up with clean energy that allows us to keep the lights on in a cheaper, greener way.
OK, that's nice. OK, so there shouldn't be too many protests, and presumably as well it will really benefit the local area, one would have thought, just as well as the world. That will see a hub there. That's levelling up, is it?
It's huge. It's international news, right? Because if you can replicate it, you can sell it, we can export that around the world. But it's also huge for levelling up. It's been, we've been trying for a long time to get it into what is a very disadvantaged former coalfield working class community, thousands of skilled jobs in advanced manufacturing, nuclear science. We've got a big devolution deal as well that allows us to build the skills pipeline, the career paths for young people who haven't had opportunities like that on their doorstep for decades and generations. So it's massive.
And are you really hoping beyond hope there's not going to be some kind of U-turn on this? Because yesterday, my entire U-turn was a phrase previously I only saw when I got a fine by Sadiq Khan in London, right? But please tell me this isn't going to be a U-turn as well.
No, well, the money's there. The first bit is a £220 million research project. Then we'll get into building the prototype power station, but it's a 50-year project. We will get the benefit of it for hundreds of years if we can get the science in the right place. There's no U-turning. I hope we can move on from all of that today and get on with sorting small boats out this afternoon.
Get on with sorting small boats this afternoon. Well, look, you brought it up. What do you want us to say?
I want it to be really robust. People often ask why my constituents in Mansfield care so much when they're so far from the sea. It's a fundamental issue of fairness. Why do I bother to work and pay into the system and do my bit when anybody can just show up and take out more than I get? Fundamentally, that speaks to, does this system work for normal working people in the UK? And it's unfair. And my whole constituency will expect her to be tough and make it happen, because we've talked about it for a long time.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? The idea of making it happen, and one would assume, just quickly on this one would assume that that would involve pulling out of some, what some would say, foreign courts and foreign laws, presumably.
There's definitely some of that. There's definitely some of the, like with the Rwanda scheme where we weren't able to implement it. There's definitely some stopping, pretending that we're paying the French to do something useful. Yes. It seems quite clearly that they're not helping.
No.
And being robust, right? I think, and we've always had this conversation about Britain's place in the world, my constituents would much rather see us have a proper immigration policy that we can actually control than worry about what people in other countries think about it.
Yes, exactly. And just very, very finally, before we move on to something that the Shadow Chancellor had to say as well, your attire, I must say, is not what most Conservative MPs are rampaging through conference wearing. Can you explain the look?
I wear my Jose Mourinho coat, makes me feel powerful. No, I don't do suits for conference. I was vice chair for youth, and I got fed up of seeing lots of teenagers in suits. I'm trying to encourage something different.
Good lad.